I mean, if we need to justify, a 4 or a 1, then, I mean, that's part of the process.
If we were to leave a comment section after each question to allow a board member voluntarily, if they choose to, offer an explanation, but it would need to be known, if we did that, it would need to be known it would be a voluntary piece, unless this committee deems it necessary to enforce it.
I think we're going to have comments at the end, right?
Yes.
So if
Yes.
there's, I don't think we need to add that to each one.
Okay.
I understand Mr. Brenner's perspective on this. I don't like the two either. So we do need to be a little bit more cautious there, because it does make it more difficult when you really look at it to be able to say, well, he's close. We like what he's doing, but we'd like to see a little improvement. Just say, how do you mark that, right? If you only have two.
Yeah.
So, because now you're marking him satisfactory because he was close.
Good point.
I say him because he's the superintendent at this moment, but you want to make sure that it's fair across the board. So I agree. I think 4 is a lot. 4 is a lot from my perspective.
Could we do 3? And then does not observed, so exceeds consistently.
I think it has to be. I think there has to be 4 if we're going to go that route. The way I would just say I'm comfortable with Mr. Brenner's recommendation to add that in. I would like to see the key placed at the end so that it doesn't make it over cumbersome whenever we're going through it, and it'll still give easy use to the public to read our evaluation.
Did you share this link with them?
Mm-hmm.
Can you guys see?
Can you share my screen too?
This is kind of what I'm putting. So like, it would be 1, 2, 3, or 1, 2, 3, 4, and then the not observed for each one. Okay.
And I don't mind the idea of a comment box. I too don't want it to get very long, but I mean, if I say, Dr. Germanson, I put CEE because I think you've done a great job of, the building the climate and culture and improving things. I think just a comment box might be nice for even a short comment to maybe put some praise in writing, I guess. I mean, just as part of the evaluation process.
Are you talking about on each individual item? Because once again, on the last page, we're going to have a comment section.
Okay.
So are you wanting a comment section on each individual OE with the information? Like, I can see the screen right now too. So under global operational expectation, OE1, all the information, you mark it, and then below that, a comment section. OE2, emergency superintendent succession, comment section at the end. Is that what you're wanting?
Well, I don't know. I don't want it to be very long, but I mean, what if we had 2 lines for a few basic comments?
That's what I'm saying. Are you wanting a comment section after each one, like she's putting in there? You guys can see the screen in the room too, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, I think that would make sense so that we could justify our score for each area.
Okay, so then what I would do is then at that point, if we're going to do that, I would pull the comment section at the way in. Then that just becomes repetitive and redundant.
Agreed.
So that's what I'm trying to ask is, are we going to comment on each individual item and then include those, whatever board members say, into each section, or are we going to do just overall arching comments from board members at the end, where you can reference the OE that because I can do it this way. That looks fine to me. I just don't want multiple comment sections at the end. Then I'm trying to eliminate some of the initial comments that if we're commenting on OE1, we should be able to say, hey, you're doing great. Let's move on.
If I may, this is exactly what I was thinking when I made my comment. If we were going to go to this 4-point system, having a comment, I think that would be better served in this evaluation. And those comments, I don't think they're a must. I think it should be an optional piece.
Well,
And then removing the comment at the end, I agree. I think that would make it too cumbersome because we don't want everybody repeating themselves.
I would, the only thing I would interject with what you said, Mrs. Wheeler, is if you make a negative response, your comment has to be made. Because you
Agreed.
need to show proof of why you're making a comment that's negative. If you're saying that he did not meet, I need to see the information on why.
Yes. Because this can
So I
be
don't think comments can be optional.
okay. Because we could treat this not only as an evaluation, but as a way of giving feedback for continued growth.
Yeah.
So not spinning it as a way to bash someone. It's a way to offer insight. Because I don't want this to turn into, a bashing match. We've had that in the past with previous evaluation forms, and it never turns out well.
Mr. Brenner, is this what you see? This the way you like it?
Yes, and I just feel whether our, scores are a 4 or a 1, everybody should, I guess, have to justify their score, whether it's positive or negative. Or at least support it if asked. And I don't necessarily feel like, Corey, I agree with you that if there is anything, that's definitely a 2 or a 1, that there should definitely be comments there to justify the score, but also it allows us to give praise where credit's due, by being able to comment on a 3 or a 4.
Okay. May I make one other small suggestion?
Go ahead, Heather.
The definition of 1 through 4 should be at the top, not at the bottom. That way people aren't having to scroll all the way to the bottom of the document to understand what the definition of a 4 or a 1 is. Putting that at the top, I think, would be better served, because I know you had said at the bottom, so I would suggest at the top instead. So at the beginning of the document.
Wherever you guys want it.
Like whenever you do a survey, typically they define what each number represents at the beginning of it. So maybe mimicking that.
I understand.
Okay, Amanda said yes, so we'll throw out another draft early next week. And then we'll have the goals on here too. Like you said, Amanda threw this together this morning, so kudos for her for getting a quick turnaround, and then we're able to talk, and so we'll have this put together early next week and get it out.
Okay. And
With the
so,
goals and everything on there.
yep, sounds good. Any other information anybody wants to add? All right, we will adjourn at 3:18. Thank you, everybody, for your time. I do appreciate you guys making time to meet with us on short notice.
Yep,
And Mr.
absolutely.
Mr. Swint, the meeting was live streamed for the most part.
Yeah, I saw it popped up on my end saying that it was being live streamed.
Okay, great.
Thank
Yes.
you.
And thank you, Mr. Brenner, for bringing forward your concerns. That's the whole point of this. Thank you so much.
And I feel like this is a lot on me, and I don't want that to be, because it's a board effort, and so.
Yep.
Nope, we just want to make sure that everybody is comfortable and confident in what we put out, what we send as a recommendation to the board overall. So I'm
Okay,
glad you caught it.
thanks for your flexibility.
Thank you.